Well, with me on this weekend interactive news segment is Tamale Mirundi. He also doubles as the presidential spokesperson. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, a lot has happened this week, including Amama Mbabazi's YouTube video declaring his presidential ambition. First, to contest against President Museveni within the party with a seat of the national chairman of the party. And later on, for the wider picture,
you see,
presidency. What do you make of it?
That is not important. Mbabazi started with a coup which failed. Mbabazi's interest was not to stand as a candidate. Mbabazi wrongly believed that having seen Dr. Semogere failing to defeat Museveni, he sponsored Besigye. Besigye's work to work. Besigye's work to work miserably failed.
Do you have evidence to that?
Now,
do you have proof to that he sponsored the work to work?
He shifted to what we call a surgical operation, using the churches, using Mengo, using the government institutions to undermine the government.
Let us go slowly by slowly. At the peak of work to work, you were accusing the U.S. Embassy of funding the work to work.
Let me tell you.
Now you are shifting
let me tell you.
the goalpost to Mbabazi that funded it.
No. How come? In fact, what the Mbabazi is, they are arrogance. We are not spectators in this country. What do they have in this country that we don't have? One, how come that in the opposition it is only the base who has money? It means that it's a domestic source. European money is shared. Two, how come that these people are so flamboyant? How come that Kintu Musoka is not wealthy like Mbabazi? How come that Apollo Simambi is not wealthy like Mbabazi? Mbabazi having failed. You see they rooted and they don't have allies. How can you start a presidential campaign with your family members? They are provoking a very big battle. In fact, for you journalists who are encouraging them, Mbabazi's arrogance is going to plunge this country into something which you don't know.
But if you are accusing him of involving his family, listen, let us go slow.
This man failed to remove Museveni through surgical operation.
Can you hold on?
And he confesses himself that he undermined the ministries.
Don't accuse Mbabazi of bringing his wife and sisters-in-law closer. What is President Museveni doing? You have your wife as a cabinet minister. You have your wife as an MP. You have the entire family. Your entire family in the military. What are you talking about?
A rape and a marriage, they occur in the same places by two people, a man and a woman. But a marriage is different. It's illegal. You read the politics. We know. I'm a political scientist. Any liberation movement, a liberation movement can be based on nepotism, can be based on family members, not a campaign, because it is a different. It is between the death. You make it. You learn it clandestinely.
No, why do you want to accuse Mbabazi, not Museveni?
Yes, Museveni started the liberation war.
With who?
He could have started it with the members of his family. Then you are contradicting yourself. Don't compare. Let me give you examples. Mandela celebrated Mandela. We celebrated as a hero. His wife was a minister. Machel, his wife was a minister who later married Mandela. In Nicaragua, Ortega was president. His brother was Minister of Defense.
So is it a crime Mbabazi having his wife closer?
These are liberation movements. A campaign, when you sit to make a campaign, you cannot call your members of your family only, your wife, your mom. The purpose is simple. The movement you are talking about in the bush is not the movement today. It has transformed. Because the Baganda call it, if you are going to hunt a leopard, you hunt it with your brother, who cannot run away from you. This is a war. A war you could only trust certain people. But in Mbabazi to sit down and plan a campaign, a minister, somebody who says he's a super minister, and when you are going for an introduction ceremony, you include the neighbors and others. Somebody, there are only two purposes. You people, you are looking very big factors. One, Mbabazi want to ask you in the future, where were you, mulikuwa wapi, when my wife was fighting, when my daughter was fighting. Two, they want themselves to control the core of a future government. if they had succeeded.
And what is Museveni doing? What is Museveni doing?
Gaitano, Hope Mwesige, Nina, Kabushenga.
What is Museveni
what type
doing?
of government are these people going to make?
No, let us go slow. Let us go slow.
I'm disappointed.
The statements that you are talking about, asking people, mulikuwa wapi?
You ask people, mulikuwa wapi?
And this statement being made by Museveni's henchmen, close allies.
This is why.
You remember Jim Muhwezi when he asked?
No.
When he asked?
No. Muhwezi was handling.
Ogola. Justice Ogola.
Yes, because
that
Ogola,
where were you when we were fighting?
Ogola deviated from the role of a judge. You call somebody and you say, apologize to Ugandans. Who was the Ogola? To tell him Muhwezi. Muhwezi told him, I'm not, where were you? Ogola was serving your body. That was a very relevant question. Because a judge who is investigating, how can you say that apologize? What will you put in your report?
Get back to the question.
Yes,
I
was happy that Muhwezi handled this man the way he handled him. Where did he go to school?
So don't accuse him.
Judges studying
Don't accuse him.
It takes 3 years for somebody to become to do a law degree.
In fact, I've not heard Mbabazi make those statements.
No, I'm telling
but it's
you,
Museveni's people that are making those statements.
I'm telling you is simple. That in the future, why Mbabazi surrounds himself with family members is that.
But what is Museveni doing?
In the future,
who are surrounding your boss?
Get to the. Am I Munyankole?
Eh?
Am I Munyankole? Is Nachobe Munyankole?
But you are being used.
How? How? Very powerful man. Eh? Can anybody use Mirundi?
Why not?
That's why nobody can.
What are you doing?
Nobody can use Mirundi
if you are attacking
the
Mbabazi.
Catholic Church cannot use me. So how can you say that I'm usable?
You are speaking on his behalf.
I'm a condom to be used.
Yeah?
How? It is there. Can anybody contemplate?
You are speaking in whose interest?
In Uganda contemplate using Mirundi. Is Mirundi usable? Mirundi is usable.
Why not?
This head.
Why not?
That anybody can use it.
Then resign from State House.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a Ugandan. I'm educated. I'm entitled to a job. But when you say using, Museveni does not use the family members. But the family members contributed. Why didn't you complain when Salim Saleh was leading the mobile brigade that was inflicting defeats on enemy soldiers? Why? So, therefore, the question of having relatives depends on the situation.
Let us get away from the question of having relatives.
Of Museveni using relatives, he started it by sacrificing his brother, younger brother's education, was cut short. But in a peaceful area, tell me a campaign where Samogerated son Kalori and Yizimulamu in 1996. Did you see them? Tell us that Raila Odinga surrounds himself with the Balamu. What? Yes, he has a younger brother and his wife. But everything,
no. I'm not going to break the list of Museveni's
campaign team
in-laws within running this government. I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to break down their names.
Don't compare Museveni to Mbabazi. What I'm telling you.
Get back to the question.
Yes.
I'm asking you. This panic.
There's no panic.
That has happened in the State House just because of a later.
Let me tell you, as usual, Museveni called him. In fact, before Mbabazi announced, the president had directed Mbabazi to come to State House. Mbabazi twisted the information deliberately because he bowed to the media. You didn't know. And I'm surprised that a man like Tumwebazi cannot give out this information because Tumwebazi was groomed by Mbabazi. That's why they are sidelining Ofonopondo. Two,
Mbabazi did not buy the media. Mbabazi leaked his video on the social media
When
platform.
the president met Mbabazi, what did he tell him? That Museveni has begged Mbabazi. What new energy, what new element, what new forces have emerged to make Mbabazi stronger? Museveni sacked Mbabazi. He sacked him. Mbabazi is like a person. You follow sick, you go to you remain.
Is he not now paying the price of his own mistakes?
How? Is it a mistake? What Museveni is demanding is simple. Mbabazi is not yet a candidate. He must wait to be nominated.
So, what's the panic about?
What Mbabazi is using, we call it deception. Because you journalists, you are not knowledgeable about how we operate in this.
Why are you speaking ill about Mbabazi? Because he has...
No. We're speaking what?
He has showed his presidential ambitions.
I'm sure Mbabazi cannot defeat Museveni. But we cannot tolerate indiscipline. That Mbabazi is an MP for Kanungu. An MP for Kanungu cannot display posters, distribute t-shirts outside the Kanungu. Let him display his t-shirts and the posters in Kanungu. He's an MP for Kanungu.
He's an aspirant.
He's an aspirant. But he's not declared. He's like a man. He's like a boy who comes to my Chikomera looking for my daughter. If I get him, I can spear him. Because I don't know his status.
You are trying to intimidate him.
No. Why didn't he? Because he's now trapped. He needs ample time to campaign.
And why are you speaking ill of him after showing?
The law does not allow him.
Excuse me.
The law does not allow him.
Which law?
Yes.
The law does not criminalize him in any way.
Let me tell you, Mbabazi is using the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission is Mbabazi agent. Why? Why should the Electoral Commission involve itself in a person who is not yet nominated? He's a masquerader. Mbabazi would be handled by the police. But because the Electoral Commission is an agent, is an outfit of Mbabazi, it was infiltrated by Mbabazi people. No, tell me, if I'm not officially married in the church, and I get problems in my marriage, my wife, one of my wives,
Mbabazi writing to the Electoral Commission,
to tell them
telling it that
he is not.
This is
the Electoral Commission has
this
nothing
is my
to
strategy
do with Mbabazi. Because
is that a crime?
No, you become a candidate. Mbabazi is not a candidate. And Mbabazi is trying to drag you to court because the judiciary is his. Mbabazi is trapped. He is panicking. He did not expect to contest with Mbabazi, with Museveni. He expected to use the surgical operation.
Are you accepting that your boss is not in charge?
How?
You have just said that the Electoral Commission is from Mbabazi.
Yes, but have they defeated him?
Yeah?
Have they defeated him?
So what's the panic call? If you know that you are in charge.
Mbabazi is panicking. Why?
Who is panicking?
And using confused journalists. Because, let me tell you, Mbabazi is not a candidate. If you qualify after nominations, you get a vehicle from the Electoral Commission. You get money from the Electoral Commission. In fact, if the Electoral Commission was not part of Mbabazi's team, they would have told Mbabazi, your letter has gone to a wrong address.
Do you mind
we
being
only
fair?
deal with you.
Do you mind being fair to Mbabazi and speak?
If you come for nomination,
speak
what
the positive about Mbabazi.
Have failed to do.
Because now, the way you are handling the Mbabazi question,
no,
you are mishandling him.
No,
and you are giving mileage to him.
Let me tell you, no political mileage. What you are saying is that if somebody shouts obscenities at your wedding, you see, if you are giving him credibility. There are many people who were imprisoned on the same day like Mandela. They don't become Mandela. We are not handling it. In fact, the way Mbabazi conducts himself is the way basically used to conduct himself. When you put him in prison, then why doesn't he stay in prison? Mbabazi basically blackmailed the people. I am not arrested. He was arrested, charged with rape. What did he do?
Why are you speaking ill of Mbabazi?
No. What I'm explaining it to you.
No. Let us go slow.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that you are twisting. If you say Museveni,
can you try to
has made a mistake?
Please.
Which mistake?
Be objective.
To sack Mbabazi. In fact, let me tell you what exposes Mbabazi. How many, if Mbabazi has support, was the prime minister. Even a minister was answerable to him. You could not go outside without talking to Mbabazi. How many ministers have defected to Mbabazi? Nobody. Mbabazi was only deceiving people, operating on deception. Museveni has anointed me. Museveni told me to be my... Is it a monarch? Is it a monarch? Does Museveni have powers to choose a successor on this country? This is a democratic... In fact, when I hear such a talk...
It is a democratic country. Then why are you complaining? Why are you complaining about his presidential bid?
There are many aspiring candidates. It's not only Mbabazi. Mbabazi believes that is important. He is just a name of people kings. He must wait others. Let him wait to be served. We have order.
Why do you want him to be served, not to serve himself?
We are not handling elections for the first time.
Why do you want him to be served, not to serve himself?
No. What are we going to do in this spring? When you are encouraging indiscipline,
there is no indiscipline in what he has done.
Somebody wants to live with the army, who should be allowed to live with the army. The structures, the rules. Who is a candidate?
And this country has a constitution that governs it. It must be respected.
Tell me your interpretation. Who is a candidate? In fact, if Mbabazi was intelligent like me,
Mbabazi is not yet a candidate. He's an aspirant.
Yes,
and that's where you are going.
We don't know him.
Yeah?
We don't know him.
You and who?
No. The laws of Uganda don't know him. In fact, Mbabazi wants to drag you to court because he knows the judiciary is his.
Mbabazi is not yet a candidate. He's an aspirant.
Mbabazi is not a candidate.
He's an aspirant.
You try.
He's not yet a candidate.
You try to go to any constituency and display your posters and some candidate. The MP, the local MP, the incumbent MP, will go to the police and will be arrested.
The law does not stop him from making his posters.
That's why I'm telling you.
The law is silent on that.
This is silent. Why is it silent? Where is it interpreted? Where is it interpreted?
What about Museveni's billboards talking about his sole candidature? Isn't he campaigning?
No. Let me tell you.
No. Be fair.
My friend,
be fair to people.
Let me tell you. You know you don't believe in what you are saying, but you are asking on behalf
Get
of
back to the billboards of the president.
Let me tell you.
At Entebbe Airport, there is one.
Let me tell you.
Go to Gogo bypass.
Are they new?
What does it mean?
Are they new?
What does it mean? Has the party declared itself declared him as a sole candidate? Excuse me.
He will dismantle them.
Can we go slow?
Yes. Museveni will dismantle his billboards if he's not going to be president. If the party decides
what is he doing? How do you interpret it?
You are mixing it.
Is it different from what Mbabazi is doing?
Mbabazi has never stood for as president.
Who declared Museveni as a sole candidate?
Mbabazi, have you ever seen?
The National Delegates Conference. The National Delegates Conference has not yet declared Museveni as a sole candidate.
Museveni is an incumbent. We don't have a virtue at the top, either as the president or chairman of the party. And in
why is he declaring himself a sole candidate before the party pronounces itself?
Mbabazi cannot confuse a man like me. There are two things.
You're already confused. The fact that we are speaking ill against him, you're already confused.
Don't expect a Catholic priest to talk positively about the Basamize. I have no mandate. I have no obligation to talk about Mbabazi. I have my candidate. And you're asking me about Mbabazi. It would be madness for a Catholic priest to start praising Mama Fina. Mama Fina is different, has a different ideology and agenda. So Mbabazi has a different ideology and agenda. But where you are confused, and Mbabazi is deliberately doing it, we have the Parties Act. And we have regulations of the party. If the party regulations conflict with the Political Parties Act, the Political Parties Act prevails. Where is it written in the Political Parties Act that no political party will decide its own method of choosing a presidential candidate? It's not there. These are regulations of the party. Nobody has told Mbabazi not to stand. But Mbabazi believes that he will create against political mileage by being antagonistic to Museveni. We have seen many people have become
antagonistic to Museveni. Mbabazi has not expressed any antagonism against President. He is within the limits of the law. He is within the limits of the law. And you are panicking.
Nobody is panicking. Nobody. I'm telling you. The question is
what's the attack about?
You cannot.
If you're not panicking, what is the attack about against Mbabazi?
What you are saying, there are certain things. Why do we say that scantily dressed women should not go to churches? Is it because all the men are rapists? Order. For me, I'm a Catholic. You see my rosary here. I don't go to Holy Communion because my marriage is not recognized by the church. Does it mean that if I swallow, that if I go to Holy Communion, then my stomach will be swollen? It's not. It's respect. Mbabazi is not a candidate.
He's an aspirant.
Wait, yes.
Please,
there is
don't make mistakes. Don't make mistakes.
I'm telling you.
You are declaring him a candidate.
He's not a candidate.
Before.
Let him go to the
He is
electoral
an
commission.
aspirant. He has just expressed his interest,
expressing.
but not a candidate.
Yes. Expressing
and
marriage.
it will be the party to decide whether he is going to be a candidate or not.
Can you say that this wife is mine because I've written a letter to her that I love her? What if you are impotent?
Now,
so therefore,
that's where
Mbabazi is not a candidate.
That's where you.
Mbabazi is not a candidate.
He's an aspirant.
And we are not
Can you withdraw the statement of a candidate?
When did Besigye start making campaigns? Because you are talking as if we are cooking food for the first time. Ugandans have been voting for a number of times. This is not what makes Mbabazi unique. What telling me Mbabazi is MP for King Kings. He cannot display his posters beyond King Kings. Let it drawn on him. He can,
is an aspirant.
And you is his supporter. No. When he tries to extend his influence, Mbabazi cannot address a rally in his constituency. Or outside his constituency, if he is invited.
He's a Ugandan who has the right to move freely in this country and express his opinion.
Why do you need a license to operate in Kampala when you're Uganda? Certain things are done because of rules. The rule is clear. The argument is that Mbabazi has found himself without enough time. He wants to say, let me be antagonistic. He will be put inside. Mbabazi will go. In fact, for us, me what I want to change the debate. Let us ask, hiyo pesa Mbabazi alipata wapi? Where did he get this wealth?
And where did Museveni get his wealth from?
For you.
No. I'm asking you. Get back to the question. If you are questioning where Mbabazi got his wealth from, he is a human being who is working.
He has been prime minister.
Who was being paid salary.
He has been prime minister, and he says the government is weak, indicating.
No, let us go back
indicating
to
that don't
run away from the question. You have raised an issue. You have raised an issue. Listen, you have raised an issue. Pesa yenye iko nayo alitoa hiyo pesa wapi?
Hiyo pesa yote.
Na mtu mwingine anaweza kuuliza tuambie pesa yenye Museveni iko nayo alitoa wapi?
Let them explain. But the way I'm looking, where I'm saddened and disappointed, everybody, politicians are running to Mbabazi because he has money. When you are Muslim, a good Muslim, and you see Muslims.
Now you who are running to Museveni, are you running to him that is broke?
You also last week.
No, I'm asking you, when you are running around Museveni.
Everybody, Mbabazi are innocent.
What is the intention?
Hiyo mtiagiri hiyo pesa alipata wapi?
Na Museveni ametoka wapi? Ametoa hiyo pesa wapi? Jamaa. Mwache madharau. Mwache madharau.
Instead of celebrating, demanding this money to make accountability, everybody is rushing to him except me. Churches, religious leaders, everybody. That's why you are confused. That when Museveni met him, he told him, point clear, please don't engage in your election. Because Mbabazi, he believes it's important.
Is he the chairman of the electoral commission?
No. Museveni is in charge now.
That arrogance
He's in charge.
Should stop.
He's in charge.
This country has a constitution that governs it.
This country was entrusted to Museveni for 5 years. People accepted his manifesto as a mandate for 5 years.
But he does not have the right to stop other people who want to express their presidential ambition.
Mbabazi is not yet. Mbabazi wants to behave that he is important. Mbabazi is not important. He's a name for King Kings
and an aspirant.
And an aspirant. He's a former prime minister, but who cannot get former and retired are different. Mbabazi cannot even get retirement benefits because he left with the disgrace. He should humble himself, or the situation will humble him.
Stop that arrogance.
I'm telling you.
No, stop that arrogance.
The law will handle him.
This country has a constitution that governs it.
They were telling the president, in fact, the Nigeria is coming back. I'm saying a replica. If you say money handling a lion, why do you fear a dog? You bet on a dog. Museveni has handled the generals.
But what caliber of generals is he handling?
If somebody cleans his teeth with acid, don't bet your money on a sack of colgate. I'm telling you. Sajja asenyesa acid manyo tosibira ku colgate. Museveni asenyesa acid yamanyo. He cleans his teeth with acid. Museveni has handled the generals, the Kazinis. Kazini at one time was very powerful. Rame Command was put inside. There was this younger brother of Kazini was put inside. Suicide was put inside. At one time, Duago was put inside. These generals, a man you say man who has handled the lion single-handedly. Don't put your money on a dog.
Thanks, Tamale, joining me.